Hello GSV peeps, Dangly Bob here, and here we are back at Oxygen Not Included. Now, there's not been a lot of change since the last episode, and we'll start at the top here, and I'll talk you through what I have been doing. I mean, at the moment, this is just producing fresh water. I'm not getting, I think I talked about this last time, but it's producing fresh water, simple as that, and that's perhaps what you need. The trouble you have is you can produce a lot of fresh water. I mean, down here in my little own, inside the base part, this is producing enough water to keep me going, and the contaminated water I'm basically, well, I'm refiltering some here, and a lot of it is going into these fertilizers or fertilizer makers. Now I could make another fertilizer maker and basically just do away with this, and we could just turn it all into fertilizer, or I just dump it. Now if I dumped it, if we turned our purifier off, I probably need a little bit more fresh water, because obviously the purifier, if we look at this, there we go, good sleep again. There's not a lot of water being fed in from this system here, and as you can see, there's not a lot of water being fed in from this system here. In fact, these slime makers, or the biodistillers, not slime makers, they make algae makers, they're not pumping water up here at all, they're pumping it straight down, and I've got an outlet down the bottom. So yeah, between, I mean, the oxygen descrubber I'm going to need to keep, and that is going to produce contaminated water. And then you have your showers and toilets producing contaminated water, and I'd love to know how much. Well, you see, that's telling me the fertilizer maker. See what's coming out of the fertilizer maker. It is 10 kilos per packet, and I'm probably not using as much, so you know, I could do it dumping it. Sand, I'm not sure if sand's going to be an issue. Well, sand is going to be an issue unless I can find some way of creating sand, which brings me down to, come down here, I'm still struggling to make these plants grow because they still say it's too chilly. That might change when I sort of come down to this bit here. Right, so this here, this is just not an appropriate way of turning steam into water. You can't just let it condense, you need to cool it down. And you could do that. I could make a little hydrogen continuous loopy thing, and that's not what I've done here, by the way. We'll come back to that in a minute. What I did do is I dug through here a little bit more. As you can see, we've produced a little bit of steam here. This doesn't produce tons. This at the moment is well, it's out of liquid. I mean, I could come bring down here. The problem is, yeah, it's all very hot here. As you can see, because I've isolated it, everything around here is about 80 degrees, which is just a bit too hot for my duplicants, unless I dress them all up in chilly jumpers or whatever it is, cooling jumpers or whatever. But anyway, so yeah, the other problem I've got is this is definitely, you can see this igneous rock now is down to 88 degrees. This here is down to 64. You do take the heat out of it, and I don't know. At the moment I am just waiting to see what happens. You know, does it come back up again? I mean, here it's still minus 272 on this neutronium, but yeah, it's, and as you can see over here, this has worked its way down here. So I'm guessing, okay, this has still got a cooling effect here, but it is cooling all this down. So there, you know, we've talked about sort of the end game. You know, you are going to, if this all cools down, is this all just going to end up whatever turn? You see we're at turn 638 at the moment, so we've got like hundreds of turns left. But you do end up just using heat. And what else I was going to say? Yes, not sure how these boundaries work, because here you have minus 23 and the next one over is 229, but there seems to be a definite interface there. Now whether we disturb it and it then starts reacting, I don't know, because we're not actually into that biome or space. Then yes, we seem to, for some reason, be producing sand. Now I haven't quite figured out how that's producing sand. Now it could be it's being produced from the polluted water. So the polluted water is producing you know, and steam, and then the leftovers are either I thought it would be dirt maybe, or even polluted dirt, but no, something down here is polluting sand. So again, if I can nail down what this sound's being produced from, I can make a sound maker and perhaps extend the game that way when we'll run out of filtration medium. Oh, there you go, see, just happens to, I don't know why this does this. When I first dug down into here, we had so much steam around here, it was unbelievable. I thought, oh, what can we use to do this steam? So I built one of these. Now, come to our gas overlay, you'll see what's pumping around here is steam. Okay, there's a little bit of carbon dioxide in there as well. But you also see that steam is sat at 124 or under. Now, these gas pumps, all this, I don't know if this is actually giving off heat. This is the problem. I need to put it into somewhere cold. Pump it up somewhere, put it somewhere cold and see if it'll heat an area around it. So there we go. See all this steam just being produced out of something, and it's all condensing down here. So this you know, while we are cooling the area around here, it condenses, it falls in, some of it falls into here, and the pump goes off, and we start all over again. But when it was like this, it was producing, actually, when I first produced it, all my steam was at about 180 up around here. So actually I lost a load of duplicates, and you can see them still lying around here. They basically died from scalding, trying to build this. Now I said these are made out of gold amalgam, which has got the where can you find it? It's in the info here. Yeah, overheat temperature at 125. So if you are going to pump steam into here, you need to keep the temperature under 125. And then the pipes, where can we put? Have I got a normal gas pipe somewhere? Possibly not. But these pipes, I've made these pipes out of absolute. Oh no, hang on. Liquid pipe, heavy watt wire, liquid pipe, insulated gas pipe. Here we go. Absolute. So that has got a really good thermal property. The problem is if it's got a really good thermal property, look at the old temperature here. As you can see, these are obviously, yeah, these are at 95 degrees, so they are giving off heat. These are not so much giving off heat. I'm not too sure why. Perhaps it's because we haven't got a space around them. So, and this pipe, there's one little pipe there is temperate, but can't really see the pipes, but they're sort of orange, so they are warm. But it's not it is sort of a space heater, and it does seem to work on the same mechanic for the you know, where it just keeps pumping itself around. And to remind the guys who haven't seen, if you haven't seen anybody else's videos, you probably haven't been looking hard enough. If you've stumbled across my channel and you're wanting how to know this, then basically these pipes are set at a half flow rate, and then we have one here which is set at full rate. This pipe here is just simply for I don't know why I don't need this pipe here, to be honest, because I pump steam straight into here. And you can, if I wanted to get rid of that carbon dioxide, I could put a vent pipe in and such like. But so anyway, there's my little steam thing. And I say it sort of is a bit hit and miss. I see it's produced lots of steam. It's now steam up around here is 112. This is broken because when the steam comes out and it's about 180, it just breaks the pumps and things. You know, you make them out of gold amalgam. That's the word. Amalgam. I don't know why I struggle to say it. But yeah, you make it out of gold amalgam, and that overheats at 125. So you have to put it around. I mean, I raised it one block up. Obviously, if you're not producing any of this, is producing a lot of steam up here, and I could easily pump it out 106, 105. And because it doesn't seem to cool down, this area, I said, has slowly been heating up. It's not heating up over there, but it is. Well, that's steam that's heating that up. But come up to here, and you've got the little red dots that show it's a hot area. So that's what I've been experimenting and playing with there. I still think perhaps the best way of doing this would be just to put a liquid vent across here, and I was going to do that anyway. Not a liquid vent, a gas permeable tile. So we can put, again, it would have to be all from like overheats, this overheats, that overheats, but it's got to be gold, and I'm just going to stick it across there, and I'll have to wait for this to disappear, but perhaps we'll open this door here and let a couple of guys through where they'll get severely scalded and may die. I don't want to go deconstruct, I want to go to prioritise. make this a 9. So yeah, these pipes are getting damaged. I notice with pipes they get damaged, but I don't know if they leak the material that's in them, which in this case doesn't make any difference because it still leaks out anyway. You know, I've got the vent just underneath it. But I'm trying to think back to when we were pumping liquid oxygen, perhaps when the pipes were breaking, they were leaking liquid oxygen to the rest of the base, which again wasn't necessarily a bad idea. And actually I might go back and change where we're perhaps not cooling that water effectively like that. I might as well just use the oxygen to leak out. So you can see the water here is at 75 and we're pumping that straight into the base. See here it is 75. So that doesn't seem to be damaging anything. Partly because most of it's made out of gold, I presume. So it's probably heating the base up quite a bit though. So come back down to here, we'll have a look at... Oh, my guys haven't been down here. I wanted to. No, click that to auto, that's what I want. That one's locked, that one's going to be auto. We're going to build that there, and we shall have a look at whether or not this steam will condense and we'll have a freshwater puddle under here. In fact, if I'm going to do that, I need to perhaps look at, yeah, deconstructing while I'm down here, deconstructing those two as well. So once it starts flowing in here, it'll overflow into here, that'll pump it down in here, and we'll get this continuous steam loop experiment going. You can see lots of dead peeps, lots of dead thingies. Let's make another duplicate while we're here. We've got click learner, flasher, dynamic, can't cook, can't build. To be honest, I don't really, can't build. Oh, let's have him just for the sake of argument. I mean, up to 14 now. I did find that actually I have got so much stuff to fill and fuel and such like it. You need a decent amount. I'm not even too worried at the moment about their stress levels. You know, the ones that beat stuff up are beating stuff up, and then it gets getting fixed. But we know pretty much that if I put them through 2 or 3 times, we bring their stress levels down to nothing, so that's fine. Right, while I'm up here, I'm just going to change. Let me find. There's my liquid. Now there we go. Want to perhaps. Let's deconstruct that section and that section. Don't think, yeah, hang on, cancel. Oh, can I cancel deconstructs? Oh yes I can, right. So I just want to deconstruct pipes. Oh, it was on pipes, okay. Just deconstruct those pipes there, and we will put these pipes, I think, they're insulating pipes, aren't they? I could just put normal pipes in and put normal pipes in made out of granite. Actually, I don't want them. Do I want them overheating? Will they break completely? Let's made them out of sedimentary rock for argument's sake, and we'll make that a 9 as well. So normal pipe section in there, and we'll see if we get any oxygen coming back out down here once they've made that. So let's come back down to here. Where are you? So they have opened that, right, there's no steam here now. They have fixed that, and they've flattened that, and they're going to deliver and make that, which will be brilliant. And then actually what we'll do is we'll dig out some of this sand as well. Make that a 9 and that a 9. So I think it's hot. He is getting scalded. You can see it up there. It's not the same one that comes down. Yes. That's what you could do with a team. If you had more, I'd make a team, put them all with cool vests, and they'd just be working down here. Oh, now they're going to go to sleep again. Oh, duplicate's died. Is that one I already knew about? What's happened with you, Devon? You've suffocated. Why have you suffocated all the way down there? Okay, guys, back in a bit. And we're back, and yes, phone calls at inappropriate moments. I don't know what my aim is now. I mean, this could be the last episode in this series, simply because it's not so much I've lost interest. Oh, I can't dig those out now. I've dug something over it, so we'll just cancel those 2 dig options. Can't. Cancel. Cancel. There we go. That's better. So, yes, seem to have run out of power for some reason. I ran out of power. I ran out of power because I haven't... Right, that's fine. What I will do then is... Yeah, we've got to come down here. I've got to fix that. Yeah, so I don't know quite what the... I mean, there's stuff I can do. There's things I could build, but I'm sort of... In fact, we want to make that a 9. That across there as well. And they've gone to sleep again, of course. You know, for instance, I haven't played around with the clothing too much and dressed them in stuff and things. Let's make another duplicate. Bring me back up to 16. Right, you can't dig. You can dig, but you use a lot of oxygen and you eat a lot of food. Okay, I'm going to reject all those then. So, yes, right. You know, I'd like to explore all these dark areas we haven't got to. I mean, water isn't a problem. I do have a way of purifying water. There's probably lots of sand around, certainly lots of algae, even if water was a problem to run the deoxidizers. I haven't really done a lot with... You know, I've played with lots of things and it hasn't really worked. Things like these wheezeworts, you know, I've tried putting these in places and it doesn't really cool things down. So, I know the game's in beta. They'll be bringing out other stuff, and when you look at what these things can filter, and you're looking at, you know, it filters out copper, so you can make gaseous copper. What do you have to do to make gaseous copper? I mean, I've spotted liquid phosphorus and gaseous phosphorus down in a very hot bit down the bottom, but yeah, there's mercury. I've never found mercury. So rock, gas, steam, steel, tungsten. There's tons of stuff which isn't implemented into the game yet, so the game's got plenty. But I think this might just be it for this episode, simply because I've done sort of what I've been inspired to do, which is basically, well, survive for 600 odd cycles, though sometimes that's been a bit of a... Oh, there's a puffed! Oh well, we're going to definitely bring him into the mix. Not too sure where. Yeah, I'd love to get him down the bottom really, but yeah, puffs produce slime. In case you guys didn't realise, but small wolframite. I haven't done anything with bleach stone. I've got some bleach stone around. Let's make something I haven't made. I've pretty much made everything else. I didn't make the medical cots because I didn't need to. We'll put some of these guys through. Let's check our vitals. Who's around? See, Otto and May are about my 2 least polluted ones. Most experienced ones. May, what are you doing? Damaged. So we'll put you through the rejuvenator. And we'll... what was I going to do? Let's have a look at this piping that is going on. Right. Oh, well they keep... yeah, I'm getting boiling damage, so it's leaking off, but of course they are now using a lot of sedimentary water to keep fixing it. So that's probably not the best thing to do then. Alright, okay, well we will... If they're going to keep fixing, I'd have to box this area off, but then if you box it off, I could box it off making... Oh, somebody else has died. Oh, well, that's not good. Right, okay, well, let's delete all those. Who's died? What did you... why? Why are you there? I can see why you've suffocated to death, but why can't you get out? Why are you even in there? You're obviously fixing, I don't know, these tiles or something, but how are you getting stuck in there? Well, I say most drownings consist, with less than, 2 metres from the shore. That's okay. This isn't a shore and it's a little bit over 2 metres, but there's point in fact. That's the second guy I've lost in there. For not particularly any reason. Not necessarily getting a suffocating message. Perhaps you guys have seen it and I haven't. But anyway, injuries, paralysing. Why are you paralysed? Don't know. Right. So we're getting through my duplicates. Oh, that's unassigned now, so let's put a Lyra through it. Let's just go down through one by one. And we'll come down here, have a look at what's happening down here. We'll zoom out because it makes it quicker. Do the slightly faster scroll. Yeah, I haven't done that yet. Why haven't you done that yet? That's not locked. What sort of... Oh, right, okay. Let's make that up to a 9 then. And we want to get rid of some of these dead bodies. Let's just make sure we got enough graveyards. I've filled in these already. Where can we build some more graves? Well, it's too cool for plants over there, so let's build some graves over there. Make memorials. Make them out of granite because it gives them a little bit more. Fill that with graves. There you go, guys. So I'm going to let them carry on a bit. We'll fix that wiring. Hopefully that'll produce a little bit more steam, otherwise I'll have to sort of prompt it maybe. Don't quite know what sparked it off last time, but perhaps it just gets to a point where all this water... Ah, there we go. This water here is... Well, the water here is at 107 degrees, so... Here it comes, 107.9, 108, so it is heating up. So yeah, it does sort of cycle a bit. I was going to say, no, I had a quick thought that perhaps this sand, depending on what's down here, for instance, if this igneous rock is getting heated to a point where the steam is heating it up to such and such, perhaps, there's some of these resources produce sand or break down into a sand block because we are superheating them or overheating them. I can perhaps do some experiments with that, but okay, so I have been down and done that. I'm going to lock this door again because I don't really want them going in. Obviously if the kit starts getting broken I can unlock it, but now they've woken up to here. Did I break that? I did, so we'll build some more insulated pipe made out of abyssalite. Well, we've got something extra. What's that there? Wolframite. What's that then? Oh, that's sedimentary. Okay. Okay, so abyssalite piping down to there just so we can start pumping it into here again. It'd be interesting to know if this is actually getting any hotter when I'm not pumping it. But right, so I'm going to let them carry on a bit and I'm going to make myself a drink and I'll be back. And after quite a long pause I'm back, and as you can see things have drastically changed. This little bit of piping I put in here, what I've found is that if you've got to seal it off. It works, but you've got to seal it off because the duplicants keep coming in and trying to repair it, which is okay, but it just wastes time. Now, oh crikey, I recorded a load and unfortunately I've lost it all. So I'll just have to bring you up to date with what I've done. Right, down here, I've just knocked through this, we've put through this, etc. This produces nice lots of steam, etc., which I then pumped all the way up through here. I lost a load of duplicants trying to do that because the steam kills them and I can't get them, can't get them healed quick enough. And then they become incapacitated. I haven't figured out how to, as you can see, I've filled all these gravestones over here. I need to build a few more. Up here. I keep finding things I want to try, so there's, the game's not quite finished yet. I'll let them build those in their own time. But yeah, I am in not so much survival mode now, but well, I'm in survival mode at the moment, but coal has been a bit of a problem. As you can see, I have got, well, 10 tons of it at the moment, but it's chewing through that. I just haven't got the spare duplicants to run on the wheels. Anyway, but I've pumped my steam up through here. Now from the temperature you can see this actually it doesn't produce a lot of temperature. Here you can see it's cold. It's virtually right down to, well, it's nowhere near absolute zero, but it's at the minus 250 or minus 160, yeah. Here it's still cold. It's not just, it's sort of chilled to cold stroke becoming slightly temperate-y, but I'd expect it to be glowing like this. I've pumped in some of the steam through here just to warm little patches. This little vent here warmed this patch here, and this warmed this. This is all becoming very hot, and I'm starting to think perhaps that we're losing the effect of our biome, or whether all this is starting to become a little bit too warm, in which case I need to perhaps, I don't know, drip some oxygen into here just to make this warmer, or cooler rather. As you can see, I had duplicates dying here. Can't remember if I told you this, so I put a mesh in here to stop them getting here and dying because they were trying to fix this. And I've now got water produced here. This is now entombed, which means I'm not getting any water coming in here. It shouldn't be a problem because it will take water up through here if it needs it. Let's have a quick look at my water level. Yeah, no, there's water there. But yeah, I need to thaw that out. Oh, there we go. Once that gets thawed out as well, I think what happens is it thaws, then the pump can top it up again. Anyway, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. You see, I've got lots of contaminated oxygen or polluted oxygen in here. I'm hoping we might be able to pump that out somewhere, but I do need to get these oxidizers going, and the guys just don't want to come and fix these. That happened when, I said, we had a duplicant die, pumped contaminated water up into here, and I needed to basically leach it out. Let's deconstruct that. So I don't know what it's doing there. Oh, I see, it's just a vent. I've deconstructed the pipe to it. But I really do need... Right, okay, I need everybody... Let's stop. Go to jobs. No, come on, go to jobs. Oh, I can't scroll that yet. Right, so go to jobs. Scroll this down. And I want to get a few people on repair, so... Let's get you off of there, and you off of there, and you two, I just want repairing. Have we got anybody else? Yeah, oh yeah, right, okay. Get you off, and on to repair as well. So, as I say, I've lost all my older characters, they've all just sort of disappeared. But this continual motion thing, perpetual motion, some guys have called it, but it's quite happy. The steam is pumping through here at 110 degrees-ish. It should be warming these up. These are made out of gold amalgam, I think. Yes. And the pipes are made out of absolite. They're made out of absolite because anything else gives up at 75 degrees, and you need steam to be over 100. So there should be enough transfer. I mean, if you look at the thermal conductivities, it's 2, so it should be warming this area up, but just doesn't seem to be. And what's happening is the liquid oxygen seems to be coming down here. And I said it's turning this stuff into ice. So again, it's a bit difficult to see what's happening with the temperature, but it's not. Whether that's what's cooling this, because it is cooling it down. Perhaps it's becoming, yeah, liquid oxygen. There's no water up there, because that wouldn't fall through the floors, but liquids do. So whether it's the liquid oxygen that's falling down, and I can't see it falling down, but it's obviously. If we have a look at the gas overlay, not really getting lots of oxygen down here. Not really getting lots of oxygen over here. There's little patches in places. A bit over here for some reason, but anyway. I do need them to come and fix these. Come on. Do need to come and fix these bubblers. And we're probably no, okay for ore at the moment. I think that's probably the next thing to go and look for. What else did I do? Not much else actually. I sort of experimented with a little bit here and a little bit there, and that was the result of my experimentation. Sorry you guys missed that. I drilled down through here just because this is giving me enough, when it's working, it's giving me enough fresh water to power all this kit here. Come on guys, come on. Why are you not doing anything? So let's cycle them through here. Oh great, another one. That's what I need. If I keep the numbers above 10, I reckon there's probably enough jobs for everybody to keep doing. I'm not going to build anything else just for the minute. Just need to keep them surviving, collect up the duplicants as and when I can. And then I can start thinking about going off. I do need to do a little bit of mining for coal when they start running out. But got a little bit to keep going for the minute. Anemic. Athletics abilities, nil. This one, no, reject those, because they're all rubbish. So, I am going to probably bring you back in a minute once they've perhaps, hopefully, fixed these things. So I'm going to quickest way to fix them, I think, is probably, excuse me 1 minute, is probably deconstruct them all and build new ones. So we'll make them out of gold, we'll make them priority 9, so when they do come and deconstruct them, we'll just add new ones in. So I'll do that and bring you back. These are all struck again. They did fix these two, fine. It does look actually they're waiting for repair material, but I don't know what the repair material would be, because it's what they're made out of. So yeah, they're actually made out of copper. I haven't got any copper, so perhaps that's why they weren't repairing them. But no, we'll cancel deconstruct, we'll leave those going. We'll let them build if they're made out of copper. Well, now I know. But as you can see, it's starting to look better in here already. Now the polluted oxygen shove somewhere else. But don't really want to build another pump. That one just shoves it up there. I could build a pipe off here. But we'll see what happens to it. I might be able to vent it off somewhere. And we're back, and there's all sorts of things which are happening. And excuse me a minute. Funny, isn't it? You start recording and all of a sudden you get a little frog in the throat. Anyway, starting off down the bottom here. I've sort of given up with this steam thing for the minute. I mean, I could dig down further down here. You can see these are down to 200 degrees, but it's what to do with the steam. And frankly, you know, this here, sort of looking at, it's you know, having turned this into a perpetual steam thingy. Ignore those funny colours for the minute. We'll get back to that in a bit. But yeah, it just doesn't work. And when I come up to the main base here, again, looking around here, I built this sort of little thing here, which for some unknown reason this isn't producing oxygen in the same rate it was, but this was sort of catching and then pooling it. But this does not heat up as much as you'd think it was. I mean, let's say, look at those. I have steam going through these pipes at 110 degrees, so that isn't a problem. These things are not overheating because it's just under 125 degrees. But each of these gas valves, even though they're made out of gold algamon, perhaps I should have made them out of wolframite. Would that have made a difference, making them out of wolframite, because it's a better... Oh, I don't know. Perhaps we ought to try that. But yeah, it's not... Even though the steam is going through, I mean, there ought to be something going on here. The steam is going through the pipe. I mean, it's an insulated pipe. Perhaps that's my problem. I've made it insulated, haven't I? But even then, the pipes are only... Well, no, the pipe's made of abyssalite. Right. Okay. Anyway, as you can see, the oxygen sits here, and looking at this, you do get a little bit of oxygen pooling around here. But the base has never really looked full of oxygen. I mean, down here you've got all this. Here, where it drips into here, you get a little, but it doesn't. It's not spreading through the base as I thought it would, even though I've sort of separated this. Getting a lot of, yeah, okay, a lot of other gases sitting up here. You may have spotted there's some methane there, you may have spotted there's some natural gas floating around here, or different colours anyway. That is natural gas. Now that's because yesterday Oxygen Not Included released quite a big update. It is now also out of, I think they called it alpha, but it's now out of alpha and it's into early access. So I think this will be the last episode in this series, and I'm going to move on, start again, and complete a new series. But anyway, as you can see, I started building new toilets and showers. There's some showers up there, some toilets there. I've upgraded my base to 18 players, or 18 dupes. Still have a huge problem trying to keep them all happy and not stressed out, but at the moment it doesn't seem to be, it wastes time. If they're stressed out, they're too busy beating things up or throwing up everywhere. So I was using too much water up with all this extra kit. So what I did is, we had that other geyser up top, so what I've done is, just got a lot of chlorine stuff here, but I've basically put a drop tunnel in through this chlorine bit here, just basically because we couldn't go around it. Well, I could have done, I suppose, gone around here and then channeled it back again. But yeah, we put a little L in here, dug through here, and what we've got now is, right from the top up here, got this geyser. And this geyser here produces steam, it condenses in here, and the water drops down through here and drops all the way down into the other geyser. So that's now producing enough water, I hope, to do everything. In fact, yeah, there's another geyser up there, so I could just drop that one down into here and that one down into there and get loads of water. So I said the steam production, while the geysers are producing lots of steam, trying to, well, I mean, part of the problem was trying to perhaps purify water using steam, but I just cannot get the magma to work effectively, and because it cools down, admittedly it takes a few cycles to cool down, but it does seem to be, so you seem to have got a little bit more in there somehow. Yeah, little dupes all around the place. I've opened this up now, but the dupes don't tend to come down here too much, so The other thing I did, so I tried to grew some of these thimble reeds, and I put them in this thing here. Thimble reeds, these things, I mean look, the air temperature here is 25 degrees, 24 degrees, and these things just don't want to grow. And I tried to take some of this heat, if you like, from here up through here, and whether these aquatic farm tiles are not absorbing that heat, or maybe I need to put a gap in between them, I don't know, but really struggling with thimble reeds, trying to find somewhere warm enough, because it's all quite, well, according to this, it's all sort of temperate and a little bit warm up here, but certainly where I have tried to grow thimble reed seeds, it all seems to get a little bit chilly. Lots and lots of cold biomes on this map, I suppose we call them. And then obviously because of the new toilets and showers, I'm producing more contaminated water, so I'm producing, put a few more of these. Obviously my new dupes are having a go at art. Yes, so another fertiliser maker here to help get rid of some of the contaminated water without having to purify it maybe. I mean, we're not got a problem with purified water. In fact, you can see up through here. It's sat at about 45 degrees, but it's going to start overflowing, and hopefully I'll put a false floor in here. It'll come down here, and if it overflows from here, it's not needed. It'll just drop down and sit in my store, which seems to be collecting down there. Which actually, that was just topping out up here. We can see where it's overflowed a little, and it's broken down through into here and escaped some of this. But I've got enough morbs around with the dead bodies that actually a bit of chlorine floating around the place shouldn't be a problem. Just turn it into polluted oxygen again. Anyway, that's my base there. And I said, I just think I've reached a point now where, apart from I've got a few problems with chlorine around the place, but I said I've got a few mobs around. Marvellous. I haven't explored everywhere. There's a little corner over here that I'd be interested in knowing what's here. But the base is reasonably stable. If I could get it... Oh, valid structure location. What's that? Ah, yeah. No idea what that means. Seems to be a sort of, when they've updated some of the stuff, they've updated some of the graphics as well. There we go, the snazzy suit. Let's give Barney a snazzy suit. They have updated some of the graphics. Look at this. This here is the heavy watt wire, and it's definitely different. Redesigned and put another level into here, and it is producing liquid oxygen, but I didn't actually top up. If you look back at my gas menu, didn't actually top it up, so I don't know whether this is making a difference. And maybe because I'm not running it down the stairs, this area here is sort of uncold. Does that make sense? It's not being chilled quite as effectively. Perhaps by running it down through the insulated wall, it's insulating it, which is not quite what I want it to do. But there we go. Right, so I said thank you very much for joining me. This is a slightly shorter episode than I've done before, but I think I will leave this one here, and I hopefully will catch you all back for a new series in the next one. Thanks for joining me, guys. Catch you later.